Now we're going to look at a slightly more complex weapon. That's the link gun that comes with UDK. If you go into its package, you can see that it comprises a number of different elements. We've got a basic firing sound for the left mouse button fire, and we've got an alt fire that actually loops around while your right mouse button is held down. You can see it's got a looping node in the sound cue. When that starts up, we get this, and as it stops, so when you release the mouse, you get that sound. When it impacts, when the beam impacts on different surface types, we get either this or this. So you can see there's a number of different elements. So I've brought in some of those elements to our video tutorial package. Loops. And I've right clicked on them and copied their full name to the clipboard and pasted them into this little notepad so they're there ready when I go to edit the scripts. So we go and look now for the original version of the link gun. So we're looking in UT Game classes, and we're going to make a copy of it. So we've got the two parts, you remember, of weapons are the attachment and then the actual weapon sound itself, which is there. So we're going to make a copy of that and pull that over into my mods. So you shouldn't be afraid of messing around with these scripts, experimenting, trying things out, making mistakes. That's the best way to learn. And as long as we've just made copies of things, then it's not a problem. It's simply a case of if it all goes wrong, then we can go back, get another copy and start again. Now these are a moment read only files, so I'm just going to alter their properties to get rid of that. Okay, now you remember that we've changed the names of these scripts, so internally we need to make sure that that's updated to reflect the new name of the script. So I'm going to take this and use the replace function, so every instance of the old name is now going to be replaced by the new one. And as you can see, the script is significantly more complex than what we've been working with before, because we've just been working with extending scripts up till now. The other thing within this is, of course, this is going to also be referring to the attachment. So any references to the attachment have got to be updated as well. So we want the attachment to read like that, and the old one read like that. So we go through and we replace all of those as well, and we save that out, and then we do the same to the attachment file. So any instances need to be updated, and any instances and references to the weapon script also need to change. Okay, and again we'll save that. Right, now we're ready to find where our sound cues are actually referenced, so we'll go back to the weapon sound itself and we'll just go find, and we'll find the word sound cue and see what we come up with. Okay, so there's two variables declared there. We've got weapon equipped, weapon put down. We're not interested in those right now, but we are interested in this one, which is the basic left mouse firing sound. I'm just going to close that text file just to save confusion. Right, so the basic firing sound I want is now this one. So I'm going to go in and overwrite, and then the alt fire sound is one of my first loops. It's going to play as long as I've got my mouse held down, so I'm going to replace that one. And pickup sound I can ignore. When the alt fire starts, I want this startup cue here, and you can see immediately below it we've got the Alt Fire ending. Okay, now I believe that's the only sound cues within the weapon itself. The impact sounds are actually within the attachment file. So again, we'll go and search for the word sound cue until we find these two impact sounds. Now, just for the moment, I'm just going to use one loop, whether it hits flesh or any other kind of surface. Copy that and paste it over there. And just going to do the same there, and then replace that semicolon, and we'll save that out. So let's try and build that. So we're going to exit from UDK, and we're going to open up the front end and make. Now it's entirely possible we'll get errors here, in which case we go back and we investigate it a bit further. A minor miracle has occurred because we don't have any errors. So let's actually go and reopen UDK and see if we've got our new sounds in for our new link gun. So we're in exercise level 602A. It's got lots of bots to shoot at. And in our pickup factory, we've now got our new link gun. So let's see.
First blood. Double kill.
So you can hear okay, so you could hear we now have a new link gun and new sounds, and you can do similar things with the rocket launcher and the other basic weapon types that you've got. It's simply a case of delving into the scripts, not being afraid to experiment, try things out, swapping out your sound cues, and as you learn more about scripting, you can start to develop your own weapon types and so on.